everybody, it is Levi here, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, by the name of the video, you know what we're going to be talking about. So, here are my top 10 favorite ultimate attacks in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Let's go. Starting in my number 10 spot is the Emperor's Death Beam. Now, the reason why this ultimate skill is at the number 10 place is because you can kind of cheese this move a bit. And if you don't know what cheese means, it means that it's kind of overpowered. Like, I could just kick someone back and then immediately use it and cause tons of damage. And one thing that I think that can make this skill so much better is if they added a quit button, to where if someone is already going to break your guard, you could immediately stop the move instead of continuing firing the death beams. Now, I think this would help out a lot, considering that a lot of people have trouble timing this move very well, and we just need to see if we can fix that. And that's right why this is my top 10 spot for this ultimate attack. And I think another thing that could help is if we got a better timing thing. Like, maybe if we held it at the very end, maybe he'd do a giant death beam at the very end, like in a Frieza's race golden form. How it would be like that if you hold down circle when you're in turn golden form. I think that would be really good for the game. So, that's why this is at my number 10 spot. And let's move on to number 2, or number 9, sorry. At my number 9 spot, we have Final Flash. Now, I love this move for everything that it's worth. It is such a fast acting move, and the only problem I have, which is why it's at my 9th place, is that you can never put it with a good combo unless your opponent has their guard broken. Now, the reason that I think, or not the reason, but a way that they could fix this is that maybe he could fire it a bit quicker, like his normal skill attack. And with that being said, that's why this is at my number 9 spot. So let's move on to number 8. Let's go. At my number 8 spot, I have Divine Lasso. Now, this is the ultimate attack from Super Rose Goku Black, or Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and I love this move. I recently just got it. It is so easy to combo with, but the reason why I put it at my number 8 spot is because that it's just not my favorite, in my opinion. I love how you can combo it into different moves of strings. I also love how it can cause additional damage before you explode the things that you shoot out at your opponent. And I feel like a way that we could change this move, not much of a change, but I feel like we could change it in a way to where he only attacks when he gets close, so that you're not like shooting the things out. And another pet peeve I have is that this move is so easy to get out of, but it is very good to do if you have like a fast awoken skill that you can quickly turn on when their guard is broken and stuff, and then they'll be able to be knocked back by your awoken skill, and then you could immediately do Divine Lasso, which I think makes this move very great. And as you've seen there, it was super easy to get out of, and that's why I think it could be a bit more of a quick acting move, but this is why it's at my number 8 spot. So let's move on to number 7. Let's go. At my number 7 spot, we have Victory Rush. Now, I love this move. It is very quick, and it's good to get a little distance in between you and your opponent by breaking their guard, kicking them back, and then immediately doing Victory Rush just so you can knock them down, just so you could probably even do it a second time if they still don't have their stamina back quite yet. And the reason why I love it so much is not only because it's a fact-acting move, but also because of the amount of damage it can do as well. Like, I think it does at least half of one health bar if you're around a level 99. So, but same with Divine Lasso, this is only up there on the list and not closer to the like top 5 part, just because it's not my favorite. I just really like it, but it's not one of my, like, say, top 10s or anything like that. So that's just my opinion. You can have your own opinions to all of this stuff, but let's move on to number 6. Let's go. At my number 6 spot is Spirit Sword. Now this is Vegito's move, and this is such a quick acting attack as well. I really like the ones that are very quick to activate, and this I love by the amount of damage and how fast you can string it up in a combo. Literally, you can punch your opponent, break their guard, kick them back, and then you immediately do Spirit Sword and do a ton of damage in the process. There's not really much to talk about this anymore, but the reason why it's on my number 6 is just because it's not close to my favorites, as in, say, I don't know, one that's not on the list, which could be kind of an honorable mention, would be Final Kamihamiha. Let's go on to 5. On my number 5 spot, I have Impulse Slash. Now, this is a move from Kaba from Universe 6 that is in, that is in the show Dragon Ball Super. Now, I like this move just because of how good it looks and how the cinematics look as you're performing the move. It is so good, and my favorite part is the additional ki blast right at the end of it, and the amount of camera angles that was put into this move just amazes me with how it looks, because you start off with a fury of punches, kick them twice to go up, and then you slam them down, and then do a bunch of ki blasts right into their face. And I love this move for everything it's worth, and that's why it's at my number 5 spot. But the list is not over. You can have your own opinion, but I honestly like the ones that are further down the list a bit more, which is why they're in those spots. And just to let y'all know while I'm here, there are not going to be any honorable mentions except for the Final Kamihamiha that was said in the last one. But I love this move to death, and if the game didn't have it, I don't think it would be quite a big change. But let's go on to number 4. See ya. In my number 4 spot, we have The Last Emperor. Now, I love this move because Golden Frieza is one of my favorite characters in this game, and the reason why I like his Last Emperor, I don't know why they didn't put it on, say, Final Form or Full Power Frieza, because this is the move that he does on Destroyed Namek trying to kill Goku before he leaves when he gives him energy. It is his last attack, and he's saying, "You will die by my hands," and he shoots it at him, which I think is very cool, and it just gives you an extra bit of, like, safety when you go to use it. When you have low ki and low health, it is a very quick acting move, and it can get you to the victory right when you're about to do it. My only pet peeve is that it can only be used once. But with that being said, let's go on to number 3. In my number 3 spot, I have Warp Kamihamiha, and the reason why I love this move is because it's from Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and I love the Super Saiyan God Blue transformation in this game, and I don't have it on this build shown here, but using Super Saiyan Blue with the Warp Kamihamiha makes you look 10 times better while you're performing the move. Now, the reason why this is on number 3 and not higher or not lower on the list is because how fast it is and how much damage it does. That's how it's kind of coming down to. This move, I think, could do a bit over half of one full health bar in this game. And the thing is, if you have 10 bars of ki and someone has very high stamina, you could just use it twice, back to back, and it looks absolutely amazing as you're executing it. On to number 2. On my number 2 spot, I have Goku Display, which actually kind of amazed me how I would think that Goku Display would be on number 2. For me, honestly, I thought it was going to be on number 1 for my list. But the reason why it's on number 2 is because this move is quite easy to get out of, but it's not as easy, especially if you have a lot of ki, unlike my character shown here. You can go after your opponent, and it does so much damage, my guy. sorry. But I just love this move because of how much damage and how fast it is to execute. You can literally put it with any combo where they fly back, which is why I love destroying my brother with UI Goku. It's so fun. If you do not have this move, I recommend buying it. Even if you don't like it at first, I think you'll get to like it. But number 1 seems a bit even crazier that I didn't even believe it. Let's go. At my number 1 spot is Maiden Blast. Now, you can argue with me on this, but I think that how fast this move is and the amount of damage it gives is just amazing for a move from a character such as Pan. Like, honestly, she was a great teacher in this game, and I loved this move. This was absolutely my favorite move in the game so far, or out of the ones that I have at least. I might make an updated version when I get all of the DLC and stuff. Let me know if you want to see that. And also I can make a top 10 worst as a list for this. But the reason why I love this move so much is that you can literally put this with any combo. You knock them backwards, just teleport right behind them, execute the move, boom, they're trapped in it. Just like the Heat Dome attack from Trunks. And it does so much damage, and it's just a really good adding to any of your characters, male, female, Namekian, whatever. It does not matter. This move looks awesome anyway and any how you use it. And with that being said, this was my entire list. You can have your own opinions. I just hope you like this list. Thank you for watching.